Since Genshin Impact's release back in September of 2020, longtime players have been waiting for more endgame content. While the pile of content for new players to explore grows larger, longtime players are left with little to do about a week into the new update. So that begs the question, what could endgame content in Genshin Impact look like, and why hasn't it arrived even after all these years? October of 2022, GameSpot released an interview with a MiHoYo spokesperson who stated that creating another type of permanent endgame content similar to the Spiral Abyss might cause excessive anxiety for players, since not everyone is interested in the Musgrave. However, with new additions like Genius and Vacation TCG, a permanent game mode, it's clear that MiHoYo is open to exploring new ways to experience the game. While I do agree that not everyone is interested in Musgrave, I think MiHoYo is missing a huge part of why people aren't interested in the Spiral Abyss. It just isn't fun. It's just the same enemies with some buffed health, and each reset's buff heavily centers around the current banner character, making it another way to encourage you to pull for a very specific combo of characters which might not be useful outside of that specific scenario. While I get that Genshin portrays itself as much more than just an RPG, at the end of the day, that is what it is. Underneath all the characters and story, it is a game which encourages you to spend your resin, collect artifacts, and make your character strong, only for you to realize after all this grinding that there is no fun content for you to spend all this power on. So what is the solution to this problem? Believe it or not, it could actually be quite a simple fix. Genshin Impact already has the puzzle pieces needed to fix this issue. They simply need to put them together. One idea is to introduce a randomly generated dungeon game mode with increasing levels of difficulty similar to the Labyrinth Warriors event of the 2.2 update. During that event, we went through trials, selected power-ups, and faced the boss at the end. This mode could easily be adjusted slightly to become a more enjoyable alternative to the Spiral Abyss. You could even add a scoreboard within the game, encouraging players to challenge their friends to see who could reach the highest level before dying. Another possibility is to add a feature like the Divine Ingenuity event from the 2.5 update, which allowed players to create and challenge each other with custom domains. With a bit of tweaking, both these game modes could combine into one powerful gameplay experience. Genshin already has hundreds of unused rooms, assets, mechanics, and so on from previous events and quests, which could be implemented into a level editor style game mode for players to mess around with. These additions could provide a fun way for the community to create their own content to enjoy and share, while MiHoYo focuses on creating more content for the main story and characters. Games like Minecraft perfectly demonstrate the power of community-created content. While the main game updates remain slow, the landscape feels alive thanks to map and mod developers. Even games like Mario Maker show us that if the sandbox is fun enough, people will stay around. MiHoYo clearly has the tools to develop these experiences for smaller events. They just need to realize that with a few small tweaks, they could easily have a new and engaging permanent experience on their hands. With an advanced enough level editor, players could create anything from parkour challenges to custom stories for their favorite characters to jaw-clenching hard challenges for your C6 characters to try to beat. Games like Mario Maker also show us something interesting. We don't need massive rewards for completing levels or big award-winning cutscenes. If the main gameplay loop is fun, the players will stick around. Often, when looking through social media, you'll find that the player base seems split. There's always differing opinions on which events are better. Some prefer the chill drink-making events, while others prefer testing out their characters and domains against new bosses. By creating an environment where people can create, play, and share the experiences that they personally enjoy playing, the player base would end up more satisfied and spend more time actually playing the game. By letting players create content on their own accord and not just for primos, there would be no excessive anxiety, as the MiHoYo representative feared. Instead, it could be an engaging and uplifting experience that highlights creative and talented people within the fandom and creates a stronger sense of community. These are of course just my thoughts on the endgame of Genshin Impact, but I'm curious to hear what you think. Do you think new endgame content like this would be scary for players and cause excessive anxiety, like the MiHoYo representative feared? Or could you see yourself having fun playing through dungeons and challenges that other people created? Or do you even have another cool idea that you would like to see added? Let me know down in the comments below. Until next time, see ya.